Time is running out to address two of the most urgent crises facing humanity: feeding a population of 9 to 10 billion people by 2050, and climate change. Food underpins the most basic elements of human society, and its relationship to climate is arguably one of the most complex and multifaceted areas of human activity. Food systems, which include everything from food production to consumption of food waste, are uniquely vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. The UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warns that atmospheric warming of 2 degrees Celsius over pre-industrial levels could trigger a worldwide food crisis. Climate change impacts all aspects of global food security in multiple ways. Key among them are decreased crop yields, increased plant and animal pests and diseases, disruptions to supply chains, and decreased nutrition in crops. At the same time, food systems contribute about a third of global anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions, and about 80% of deforestation worldwide is a direct result of the expansion of agricultural land. In fact, recent research suggests that emissions from food systems alone could push global temperatures past the 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius warming the Paris Climate Accords indicate as the maximum allowable limit for warming. To put it bluntly, our food systems are in crisis, and climate change is making it worse. World population and our need for food are growing, yet many green revolution productivity gains have been from technologies and practices that are not sustainable. And the poorest and most vulnerable populations, many of them farmers, already experience the most food insecurity. To meet the challenges facing our food systems, we need targeted research to identify, develop, and implement effective and scalable technologies, policies, and practices. However, research is often not effectively connected to food systems policy and decision making. In response, J-WAFS at MIT has convened the Food and Climate Systems Transformation Alliance, or FACT Alliance, a global network of 16 leading research institutions and collaborating stakeholder organizations with complementary expertise in food systems and climate change. Our collaborative, transdisciplinary approach aligns with recent calls for convergence research, or research that involves a deep integration across disciplines to address vexing and complex problems. And few problems are more vexing and complex than those that are found at the nexus of our food supply and climate change. At a high level, the FACT Alliance aims to maximize collaboration across researcher and stakeholder communities, to generate convergence research that will inform decision-making, to develop promising and implementable solutions. Stakeholders have overwhelmingly stated that they don't have the science they need to inform strategies that can effectively address the interconnectivity of complex climate and food systems. We are building relationships with governments, agricultural suppliers and insurers, food industry and farmer organizations and farmers, as well as women, indigenous peoples, and others who are often underrepresented in research. Our focus is on impact through actionable research. To achieve this, we develop clear, systems-oriented research agendas, produce accessible, audience-specific research syntheses for practitioners and decision-makers, seek out synergies and engage with existing climate change and food systems initiatives, and advise stakeholders on scientific consensus and how to translate this knowledge into policies and practices. The goal? To leverage the power of the research community to drive sustainability transformations across the global food system, conducting research that is aligned with the needs of decision makers, that is conveyed to them in actionable ways, and that accounts for the complex interactions and feedback loops endemic to both climate and food systems.